Progress is an important part of any student journalist's education because it gives them a taste for the real world and the job that they're essentially going to be training for. They suddenly have to deal with real deadlines. They have to put out a newspaper from scratch each week, find news, go report it, come back with the story, and make sure that everything looks presentable, and they do all that under the pressure of a deadline each week. So it's a great experience, and it can get pretty hectic, but it's an invaluable educational tool for student journalists. If you're studying journalism and you seriously want to go into that profession later on, it's probably the single most important thing you can do in your college education is to work at a student publication. And there's several reasons. One is that you get experience. You actually find out if you like journalism. Secondly, when you graduate, no one's really going to look at your degree, your GPA, things of that nature. That's not so much their interest. What they want to see is that you can demonstrate that you know what you're doing and you can handle the pressure of a deadline. And the only way you do that is by going and working at a place. And lastly, what's gonna prove that you've done that, aside from you just saying that you worked here, is your actual clips. They want to see published clips. It can't just be a homework assignment or something like that. They need to see it in a real newspaper, and they look at that, and that's currency essentially in the journalism industry. That's what gets you jobs.
You get a feel for the lingo and the equipment. I know how to use PageMaker and InDesign and all those different programs that people use in a real newsroom. I get to learn what works in design, how the flow of copy works. Like I said, it's just you get more actually doing it than you would in a classroom. Gives somebody a chance to see if this profession is really what they want to do and if you want to continue pursuing a major in journalism or if you need to start thinking about something else.
It's a lot of work. There's no mistaking that it is a lot of work. Students have to juggle busy schedules and a lot of responsibilities at the paper. Even non-journalists, we have a lot of non-journalists actually. Some of our best writers, in fact, are coming from outside the journalism fields, and we encourage that because we like to have this diversity among our staff. We have those from history, from fire and safety. There's from every school essentially, although I won't say that we're that diverse. We do have, it's probably about 80% are journalism majors, 20% are from outside the department. They like it because it gets them writing experience, they get design experience, some they get photography experience, and it gives them something for their portfolio that might distinguish them from others within their field.
Well, first off, it's great as far as getting jobs through the summer or getting internships other places, or even hopefully when I graduate, it'll serve me. Because when I walk into a newspaper office and I show them clips, first off, I have clips. I can tell them, yes, I've already done this, yes, I understand how to do this. They know that I can work with deadlines, they know that I have an idea of how a newspaper runs, and they know that I have the experience. So I'm able to walk into places and get a job.
I joined the Progress because, I wrote for my high school paper and I wanted to continue learning what it will be like to work in a real newsroom. You get more out of actually working and than you would in a classroom. You kind of get a feel for it and get to see if you really enjoy it and if you're in the right profession.
Yeah, we come out once a week, and that entails a pretty busy schedule. Each day of the week, essentially, something has to get done so that the paper's constantly moving forward, so that we meet our deadlines on Wednesday.
Everything in the newspaper builds off something else. So if one person holds things up, then it gets held up on down the line. And deadlines are the most important thing about a newspaper.
We always tell everyone is, for you to work at the Progress, you really ultimately have to love it. It's a labor of love. You're not going to go there and slog through the day week after week if you don't find that you enjoy the experience and you like the challenge of it. The only way you're going to find that out, though, is by actually trying your hand at it. Some people are surprised. They think they have one concept of what journalism and working on a paper is going to be like, and then once they actually get there and do it, they find that it's entirely a different experience. Some hate it, some love it. You never know, but you don't know. You never know until you try it, basically.